And welcome back to the Murdy Creative Co podcast. I'm your host, Colin Murdy, and today's topic is rocket launch. But first, I want to say thank you to everyone who supported the company so far. If you haven't got a chance to go, check us out on the web at murdycreative.co. That's M-U-R-D-Y creative.co. Or you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram by searching at murdycreative.co to see the best of our product shots. Follow us to keep up to date with our daily photos and be the first one to know about new product launches. You can also use the subscribe button at the bottom of our website to be included in all of our new product announcements. Be sure to check out our laser engraving, personalization options, and exclusive colors on the website, or you can get a blank one on Amazon Prime. All right, so first and foremost, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, you can see a little bit of a different kind of style in our video. I definitely have been working on playing with the lighting to make it a little cleaner and a little easier to watch. So let me know what you think of that if you would. And for those of you who've been listening for a little while now, I know you've heard me complain about not being able to really reach out to the people who didn't buy and wanting to get more feedback on why they didn't buy. I found a way to do it. We have a cart abandonment survey that we do, or a cart abandonment email that we send out 2 hours after someone abandons their cart. And if we are able to send out that email, in that email, I have included a survey to people asking them to answer 3 questions and give me some feedback about why they didn't purchase. So we've already had a couple of responses to it. It's kind of a neat little thing, and some of the interesting responses have been very interesting. One of them was talking about how the site wouldn't load. You know, they tried to check out. They got all the way through the process of putting something in their cart. They went to check out, and then the site just spun and spun and spun and spun. And that's not something I would have ever known or guessed or expected. And so this survey, I think, will be able to provide us with some hard data about what perhaps is the reason that people are not buying. And things like that are super helpful because we can go back to Wix, our provider, and say, hey, look, this is a real problem. It's costing us real money. Let's see if we can't fix that. So that was an idea that I actually got working with a local businessman who's actually a real friend of mine and someone who I'd consider a friend, Corey Savage. And he's been really great to work with. And he actually asked me a question, do we do any follow-up? And that's kind of how I got onto this idea. So for those of you who are looking for cool ideas on how to get feedback from customers who didn't buy, if you've got cart abandonment emails going out, throw a survey on there and see what happens. So that's cool to check out. So today we're talking about rocket launch, and it's funny. You know, it's funny how I was gloom and doom not that long ago, and today has been a crazy day. So today, obviously, every day is different and unique, and actually we're going to be doing, hopefully, maybe even next week we'll start it, a reality TV show where I'm going to set up a GoPro and we're going to record every day, all day long, about what's going on behind the scenes. And obviously Leah's going to edit it down to about 40 minutes, maybe a little less than that. We'll see how it turns out when we all said and done. But we're going to post that once a week. It'll be, a little bit of a reality TV show behind the scenes of how the company has come to be and also how it is every day, because every day, I mean, we're ramping up to the Christmas rush and there are customers who have all sorts of questions and trouble and problem and things getting delayed and parts showing up that are wrong. I mean, it's every day is a madhouse here. So I think it'll be some compelling television. So keep an eye out for that on YouTube. But beyond that, I'm really excited for you guys to see kind of exactly what happens behind the scenes here, because there's a lot that goes on. And today I was all over the place out of the office, and Leah was on the emails as she always does, and she does a wonderful job at that. But I kept getting these messages from Leah saying, hey, are we able to do this 20-piece order? Are we able to do this 50-piece order? Are we able to do this 70-piece order? And it was just all day long. There was all of these bulk orders that were in our email inbox, and it was today, just a whole bunch today, and we had a whole bunch yesterday, and we had a whole bunch today. So all of a sudden, the situation has changed. And suddenly now the question isn't, are we going to be able to make enough money to survive? It's, are we going to be able to produce fast enough to keep up the pace with this? Are we going to be able to get enough raw materials from our supplier? Are we going to be able to, get the labor in place and get people trained properly so that we can make these things as fast as possible? Are we going to be able to ship them out on time and deal with the shipping headaches that are, very prevalent in the Christmas season and all of those things? So now that's become the new challenge. And it's, I think a first step this Christmas season towards what I hope to be by far our best Christmas season yet, but I hope that this rocket launch serves as a way for us to really ramp up the company's capital expenditures. We've been really, really heavily self-capitalized. We haven't really taken any outside investment. I mean, a little bit here and there, and we have a little bit of credit card debt, but for the most part, it's all been capitalized off growth. And what that means is that, whenever money comes into the company, we spend almost all that money not only replacing the cost of goods sold, right, replacing the inventory that went in to make the first product, but we also spend money on marketing or buying a little more inventory, and that's how we've been able to grow. The problem is that obviously has restrictions, right? You only can grow as fast as you can make money, right? So there's a limiting factor to that. And I've been waiting for us to really be able to get some traction and get some good sales so that we can finally get some money in the bank, and then we can try new big things, right? We've got a whole world ahead of us of opportunities, not just from a cool product, cool expansion of our product line world, but also from the global marketplace. I mean, my background, my education was in global sales and marketing, and my job before this was as a global specialist, helping do import export stuff for the company I worked for. And so this is a world that's a huge world of possibility. And for us, I mean, we're looking at growth markets in places like India and China and Brazil. I mean, there's tons of countries out there that have a rising middle class that are looking to spend money on fancy things and fancy American goods. So this is a great opportunity for us to look at a global world from a big perspective. But beyond that, from a rocket launch perspective, this is the first step that we've really consciously been able to take towards a very, what's the right way to say, a very independent system. For example, in the past, we've been very, very tied into, one or two suppliers. We've been very, very tied into the money we had in the bank and the ability to try new things and be creative and expand and, be better at what we're doing. We were limited in that regard. But imagine for a second that you had a lot of money in the bank and you were able to try new things, try things that were risky. This was something that we've always struggled with, and it's actually something that I've been trying to, in my head, come to terms with. Because I like coming up with ideas. I like coming up with marketing ideas, new techniques to try to attract customers. And, people always say there's nothing new under the sun, and that this is true. There are some things that are pretty common, and I've got a whole book on my shelf right now that's like 1,000 different split test ideas. So this is the classic, do you do this thing or do you do this thing? And you can test both of them against each other. But all of those kinds of things to some extent require some sort of capital expenditure, or they require time at the very least, or whatever the case may be. And having big orders like this, big bulk orders, help drive us into a new world. And beyond that, for me, I think a big part of this, I'm looking forward to some of these big bulk orders and working with the big bulk clients that they come with, because this is an opportunity for us to get a huge amount of books into the marketplace. I truly believe, and this was something we saw last year as well, that there was a big explosion right after Christmas for us. And I think it was a really organic thing. I think what ended up happening was a lot of people bought books over the Christmas season to give to family, to give to friends, to give to employees, to give to coworkers, to give to, all sorts of people. And all of a sudden, I'm not sure which one it is, but suddenly, there were a bunch more of these in the marketplace. And then a coworker or a friend or a neighbor saw it and said, wow, that's really cool. What is that? Where'd you get that? And someone said, well, I got it for Christmas from my loved one, arch enemy, whatever. And then they say, wow, I want one. And they bought it. So these big bulk orders that are always a potential, you never know if they're going to come in or not, but the ones that have come in already and some of the ones that are driving forward for us could be a really great opportunity to get, a much bigger thing out in the market, a much bigger number of these journals. And that's for us important, right? I want us to be able to get these in the hands of more people, and that's always good for us. So we're looking forward to that. Furthermore, I am really excited because I think this will be a great opportunity for us to get into some of the new things that we've been willing to try and try some new stuff with some kind of, they're not exotic leathers, but they're the exotic looking leathers. I got the first batch of our Bordeaux leather, and the Bordeaux leather itself is it's spectacular. It's beautiful. It's got this deep beeswax coating on both sides of the leather, so it's essentially waterproof. And if you get any scratches on it, you can rub it out with the heat of your thumb, or if you really got a deep scratch into it, like a hairdryer can really allow the beeswax to sink in. And as you can kind of tell, if you're looking on YouTube, it's kind of a little more difficult, but it's actually got a very beautiful patina to it. And so there's a lot of dynamic pull-up and really, really neat kind of veining and patterning to the color that I think is just gorgeous. So I'm very excited about the Bordeaux and all of the cool things that brings. And we're hoping by the end of this Christmas season, by the middle of this Christmas season, by the beginning of this Christmas season, which is already passing, but we're hoping to have all of our things in all of our colors. And then we can start establishing our special edition. One thing we are doing, and I have a little rough sketch of the design that Leah did, actually. And I can show you guys. Leah did a couple of rough sketches of this, but we're going to be doing this really neat little design in the corner of one of our journals, one of our binders, and it's going to be one of the limited edition Christmas specials. So every year from now on, we're going to do a little custom engraving. There's only going to be 100 of them available, and the design will be unique to each Christmas. So for those of you who are collectors out there and are looking for something that is collectible, you can start your collection of the Murdy Christmas specials. And I'm very excited about this. And Leah just sketched this afternoon, and I didn't even prompt it. She just is like, this is a cute design for a Christmas one, and it is beautiful. So I am very optimistic about our future. I'm very excited about the next steps for the company, and there's so many cool things that are happening right now that if you're not following us on all of our different channels, you really should, because there's a lot of things. Sometimes I announce on only one channel of different things just because of how busy things are. And so if you're interested, go check us out on Snapchat, Murdy Creative Co. No dot, just Murdy Creative Co. You can check us out on Twitter, same thing, Murdy Creative Co. No dot. Also, if you type in Murdy, either place, they should come up, but we're also on TikTok, murdycreative.co, and that's a fun platform because that's an easy one for me to create short little videos of what's happening and how things are coming along. So that's a fun one as well. We're working on being better about LinkedIn. I have a blog on the website, but I haven't written on it in a long time, so I'm going to be working on building that. But these are all of these great things where you should definitely be following us on all of our channels so you can get all of the cool behind the scenes. And then eventually, definitely watch that reality TV episode every week of the behind the scenes of the company, because I think you're going to see the story of how this comes to be and how many things are created. I think you're going to see it come to life, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see. So go ahead and check that out. This is just the beginning of a very, very, very cool thing for our company and a very long history that we have ahead of us. And I am very excited, if you can't tell. Anyway, thanks for tuning in today. Be sure to check back in on Tuesday of next week for the next topic. And don't forget to check that subscribe button below to be sure to get the latest podcast right away. If you have any questions or concerns about your leather binder, journal, or folio, please feel free to contact us on the main page of our website at murdycreative.co. Or you can contact us via our Instagram and Facebook. You can text, email, call, direct message, all the usuals, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. But I do appreciate your patience. If you think I deserve it, a good review can go a long way to help us grow our new community. So you can leave a review on Facebook. If you go to facebook.com, you go to murdycreative.co. There is our page should come up. You can click on reviews. You can click on do you recommend the Murdy Creative Company? You click yes, and then you can write your review. Or please leave a review on the podcast, whatever you're listening on. I love those reviews. I read those reviews. They are so great, and I love all of you who leave them. Also, word of mouth is the best form of advertising. So if you're interested in becoming a brand ambassador for the company, we love to help our brand ambassadors share the good news of our company with their friends and family, and they can make a little bit of sales commission if the person that is using your link to buy ends up buying something. So that's a great way to make a little bit of money this Christmas season promoting a product that you love. So check that out on murdycreative.co/ambassador. That being said, if you have any podcast topics you want to hear more about, please send them my way. I am always happy to engage with our growing community, and I want to give you guys what you want. If you're looking for multiple binders for gifts, giveaways, menus, really any reason, ask about our bulk discounts available. Our lead times are increasing. We absolutely are getting busy with all these bulk orders. So please get your order in now, no matter what it is, whether it's 1 or 100, get it in now. That allows us to be able to get it to you with plenty of time and not worry about the Christmas rush. So get your order in, get it in, get it in, get it in. I can't stress that enough. Things are getting crazy around here, and I'm sure those of you who will watch the TV show when we get it launched will see it's getting crazy. So thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day, and goodbye.